How do you pull those sizzling hot leads? How many of those sizzling hot leads did we say you were going to pull out of a room of 25? 5. So how do you do that? How do you do that, you're asking? It's really simple. You invite them to come and talk to you. Novel idea, right? You invite them. So you would say a script, something like this. I know you have a lot of questions, and I want to answer them. You see, Q&A is an old model of public speaking, and we don't do it anymore. We do not use it. It's old. It's really old. Antique. Never, ever, ever do a Q&A anymore in your presentation. Why? Who could tell me why? Takes up too much time. You're going to, yes? Derails. Right, someone could want to talk about something entirely different. What else? What else? Yes?
It doesn't get you the information you're really shooting for.
Right, it doesn't get you the right information. Carolyn? Yes, someone can hijack your talk and take it and do too much promotion for themselves and take it completely the wrong direction, and you're waiting for their question, and they never, ever have a question. They just want to be taking your speaker time. So don't do it anymore. Now, you may have those kind of hecklers in your audiences. How many of you speakers already have experienced hecklers? Absolutely, we all have. Here's one of the ways you can handle a heckler. Remember that it's just psychology. Hecklers want attention. That's all they want. They want what? Attention. That's all they want. So we give it to them. So they're trying to, ask a question. It can come up if you did a Q&A, or it can come up anytime, right? Like what Neaton did. He almost was borderline. No, just kidding. Just kidding. But if you get them in your audience, they usually pipe up. You never know until they open their mouth that they're going to be a heckler. And you simply cut them off and say, oh, you know a lot of information about that. It sounds like you're an expert in that topic. I'll tell you what, I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. And when I do, would it be okay if I called on you then? And they go, yes. And they're quiet. And then you never call on them. Millions, why am I not hearing millions here? So then what'll happen is at the break, I guarantee you they will be the first one to come up to you and say, but you didn't call on me. And then you can go, oh, I am sorry. What would you like to share with me? And they're going to be quiet because they didn't want to share it with you. In the first place, they wanted to share it and take your audience. All right? So don't let them win. Just be kind, be generous. Now, we're going to talk a lot about rapport and after lunch, building rapport with your audience. But I do want to say this. Anything and everything you do with one person, you do with the entire audience. So that's why we want to show the love even to the hecklers. Even to the worst audience member there is, we just want to pour on the love, but not give them the attention because then it's at the expense of everybody else. But just show the love and move on. We show the love and move on. Exactly. Millions, thank you. So I need 2 volunteers up here really quickly right now, somebody who hasn't participated. Nancy, why do you say no? A little shy Laura, come on up here. All right, Laura, come up, and then Jeff, you come up. Jeff, yeah. Now, Jeff's last name is a really cool last name, and it's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. His last name is, yes, you can stay right here. His last name is Story. Is that a cool last name? Jeff Story. All right, so Randy, can I have the microphone for a minute? All right, so Laura, share what you do, and then Jeff, share a little bit about what you do.
Oh, great. So my name is Laura Ortega, and I'm a realtor, and I'm on a mission to help people and their families realize their goals, dreams, and legacies by building wealth with real estate.
Awesome. All right, and give it to Jeff.
My name is Jeff Story. I'm with Vivint Solar, and we have a no lien, no lease, no loan solar program.
All right.
Yeah, pretty exciting, huh?
Very exciting. Yeah, you two should get together, you two. All right, so this is what happens at the end of your presentation. This is how you bring the hot leads up. Now, remember I said typically you're going to get 5, right? But they're not all going to come up all at once at the end of your presentation. So get it a little close together here. All right, so let's say these are 2 that came up to me. Now, if I was squared off with Laura like this, then Jeff would not be able to come, right? Have you experienced this? Where you're standing in line, waiting to talk to the speaker, but their back's to you. What do you do after a few minutes? You go away. That could be millions walking away. How much is one client worth to you? $13,000, just walking away, just like that. You never want that to happen. So what you do, okay, I'm going to need you on stage. Let's come on up. Come on up. All right. So better demonstrated on the big stage. All right. So let's say Laura comes up to me. I'm talking to Laura, and then Jeff comes up. So if I was like this with Laura, Jeff would eventually go away, or maybe Jeff's behind me. Instead, you always want to cheat out. And I, just like that, I just brought her and helped her cheat out. Now, when you have an audience member on stage, this is very, very important to know, this is the safe zone to touch them. So you see I went like this. This is the safe zone. What is it? Right. You can't be like holding hands if you don't know this person. I happen to know Laura. But, you can't hug them. You can't. Just shoulder between the shoulder and the elbow. And you can kind of guide them around where you want them that way. Got it? Okay. So now Jeff comes up. So I see Jeff. So then I just kind of guide her out maybe a little bit to bring him in. And the more people that come, we just continue until you have a big circle. But you want to start getting rid of the first people. Now, remember, they came up because they had a question, but you don't have time to answer that question. All you have time for is to get their business card. Most of the time, they will have it with them because it's after the meeting. They've got their purse or their wallet or whatever. So she asks a question. I look her right in the eye, and I tell her, that's a great question, but I'm afraid we're going to be interrupted. So would it be okay if you give me your business card, and I will call you later, right? Now, here's the biggest millions. Here's the biggest problem. People don't follow up. $13,000, ladies and gentlemen, and you're not following up. You've got to follow up within 24 hours. 24 hours, that's it. Or that hot lead becomes cold. And then it becomes ice, right? You know that, right. Then it becomes ice cold. And then they're like, Laura who? Where did I meet you, right? So you want to make sure that you follow up within 24. Hi, I met you, am I speaking, et cetera. So, thank you. So, Laura gives me a business card. Now, who has it? Do you have one on you? Jeff, do you have one? Excellent. So Laura gives me a business card. I'm keeping eye contact. I don't lose eye contact with her. I keep smiling. And if I know my schedule, now what I'll do is I clear my schedule the next day after my speech or that afternoon. So I know, I've already planned it. When I plan a speech, it's like, whoop, 9 to 12 the next morning for the follow-up. I schedule it. So would you like to meet at, I'll call you at 9 o'clock. Would that be okay? And again, you're not necessarily going to close on that call, but you're calling to schedule a strategy session or a discovery session or whatever method that you use to close a sale. It might be a Starbucks. It might be, if you're a trainer, it might be come to do a workout. If you're a dancer, it might be come to my studio to do a 30-minute dance lesson. Whatever it is, that's not it right this second. It's just to schedule that. Got it? It's like a 2-step close. Got it? Good. All right. So then she gives me her card, and without her seeing it, I bend the corner of the card in the palm of my hand. Right? That tells me that it's a hot lead. Not just a warm lead like the ones in the back, but a hot lead. How many of you have had hot leads and then you went like, you forgot? Right? It's easy to do. So guess what? This will, and even my assistant knows what this means. Now, when you're doing this, you're not going to do it in front of them. Look at, I'm ruining your card. No, you're going to do it in the palm of your hand and hold it and say, thank you very much. I'll give you a call tomorrow at 9. Great. Millions. Great. And then you do the same thing to the next person and the next person and the next person. Got it? Good. Excellent.